in all of these, like, I don't think we've ever done a real intro, and I don't think we should start now.
No, I don't think we need to.
It always starts on some random thing, and then you just cut to the title, and then we're going.
We are what we are. Take it or leave it.
Why introduce?
You don't even need to know
things,
who I am.
I think we already warned people that this podcast would be very dynamic, and it would probably change a lot as we go along. And that we've definitely kept that up for sure. Even my background, I'm like, there's different stuff back there.
I'm awkwardly framed today because of my MacBook situation, and I got a new light.
The light actually looks. The light is an upgrade.
I love that thing, man. It's so cool.
That's like an interesting visual element.
I wish I could taste it.
I want to taste like water. I want to eat the light.
Oh, that's kind of wet.
And we haven't had, we haven't had hot wings on the podcast yet. I thought that might happen when we do
it's so fun to do this podcast.
Yeah, like I thought we would do that in person. Go to like a wings place.
A wing in each hand.
And just do a podcast there. That would be fun.
Oh my gosh!
But it's okay.
Yeah. No, it's definitely supposed to be dynamic though, because we're also remote. Like, you got me up in North Carolina. You guys are in Florida.
That's right.
Different sides of the same city, so it's not always easy to get in the same room. But
Yes.
Part of my plan though, in terms of like, oh my god, my mic.
This is the night of technical difficulties. This is a disaster.
That was part of my plan.
Well, actually, no. That was last episode too. Now that I think about it,
no,
we've already had our share.
I swear that wasn't part of my plan, but I want to, and I don't want to spoil future episodes or anything. But I think finding a way to do a very lightweight mobile version of the podcast would be very fun, and there might be an opportunity if scheduling works out to do that like sooner than later. But we'll talk about that more later.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but I think again, since we're going to be, this is probably going to be like a lighter weight episode, and I think we're going to jump right into a segment that involves.
Well, geez, I'll get them all excited.
We're gonna jump. What were we calling this? The brag of the week? The flex?
Oh, the flex of the week.
Flex of the weekly flex. You're right. We never named it properly.
I think we determined that a week was too short of amount of time to have a new flex.
No, you're right. But yeah, the freshest story. And there's other stuff that's happened, I think, in the past couple of weeks that would be worth touching on. Like, I want to talk about the FK Your Diet place.
Oh my gosh!
we
told Andrew about this yet?
No.
What is that?
We had an experience. Honestly, we should have recorded a podcast episode in this diner, but
yes. I need to start thinking about like filming when we go places because there's like little we
have pictures. I'll be able to throw something up, but we'll talk about that. But
yeah,
the more recent thing that's happened is I just got back from New York City. Yesterday.
That's right.
Is it Friday? Yeah. I flew back last night, and that was a trip that came up with a week notice, because people who follow my videos probably know I've gotten these like Monster Hunter sponsored videos, which is like the only time Niantic's ever like actually been like, hey, do you want to like get paid to talk about a thing? And they're like, okay,
right.
Yeah. I didn't think you guys would talk to me because I kind of criticize you guys a lot. and I cover like the seedy underbelly of some of like the updates when it comes to like data mining and things like that. But apparently when it's a new game, they don't care.
This is a real guy. Yeah, he's the real deal.
So
he's not going to candy coat it.
So yeah. So I was like, that's cool. They're nice. And then they keep coming back. So like, okay, they must like what I'm doing. But they had reached out a few weeks ago being like, hey, we're going to do a third wave of promotion. There's new Monster Hunter stuff coming out.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, sure, I'll do that. That sounds good. Same deal. And then a little bit of time goes by and I get an email that's like, by the way, in a week there's going to be like a dinner in New York City that's like a press event, and if we can't we're not going to like buy your tickets to get up here, but if you can make it, like you're on the list, like you can come in.
If you want a free snack, just fly.
There's going to be Niantic employees and other influencers going, and spoiler alert, there weren't that many influencers. But
how many were there? Like, how many did it end up being?
There were 4 people, including me and Bandy.
Hey,
and 2 others. So it was a very private event, and we weren't allowed to film in there either.
Damn.
Wow.
But it worked out.
What was the
and now you're gonna spill the tea on the podcast, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna leak all the secrets.
Yeah.
What was the environment of?
I'm not.
Event?
That's a joke.
Was it like on a scale from like IHOP to like?
That's the franchise you choose.
Like on a scale from like IHOP to like Castle. What?
No.
What a
honestly, think of Castle, but like the John Wick version of a castle.
What?
You know the like I don't know if you've seen the new John Wick movies, but like it always ends up in these big skyscrapers that are like huge, sprawling, sleek, modern looking, like they're almost like clubs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this place felt like.
That's crazy.
It was a big Japanese restaurant. Again, I think I can show footage of the actual like main restaurant, which I have terrible footage of because it was very dark in there, but huge space. And then we weren't even in the main part of the restaurant. We were like taken up into some back room.
Oh my
gosh. These like long hallways of like private dining rooms.
Private eating areas.
And so it was a very intimate event.
Dude.
Oh, what do you mean by
that's crazy. Andrew's eating right now. It's like a reference.
Private eating event right here.
It was. I mean, yeah. It wasn't as.
Welcome to my mukbang podcast.
Oh damn! Now I need a snack.
It wasn't this intimate. I'll say that. It wasn't this close. You know, it wasn't like dinner with friends.
That's so cool though.
We got to know. It was small enough that we got to know a fair amount of people in there, which was pretty fun to hang out and talk. And they took care of us and gave us drinks. And I mean, most of it was at like an actual dinner table, but we were like in a lounge, and they were passing out like phones with the new build of the game. And most of the stuff in that build, I think, has already been announced. But at the time, it was not public information. They're like, here's new monsters that are coming. Here are the new weapons. And all of the conversation was, and well, I should say the instruction, because there were only 2 Niantic people there. There was one guy who was from Japan. I don't remember his name. I'm so sorry. But he was from the Capcom Niantic office in Japan. That's actually like the team working on the game. And then the other guy was Mike from the San Francisco office. And I talked to him a little bit more than the other guy. But they were very, very chill, very cool people. And
what's like the goal behind sharing with like influencers? Like, here's like a new thing that's about to like come out.
Well, I think
you can't really say anything about it till it actually does. Is it just so that you can like be ready, like your content?
Yeah, it's literally because he apologized as he was giving the presentation. He's like, the embargo date for this is in 24 hours. So he's like, I'm sorry for the short notice. Because he's talking to the press. Like, I don't know who all in that room was from what publication. The
guy just started talking about it in 24 hours.
Yeah, so they're showing up to the event, getting all this info and getting... It's mainly about the hands-on experience, too, I think. So they can write about it in a little bit more detail than just like, oh, they sent me a press release with a list of monsters. You know, I think that's the main goal of it. The only guys I talked to, someone from IGN was there, and then another like game insider, I think maybe. But it was weird. It was weird being in there. Like, definitely a sense of like, I don't even think I should be here, but I'm loving that feeling at the same time. I'm loving how bizarre it was to be, and I know Bandy felt the same way.
Did you recognize the other 2 influencers? Or were they?
No. So yeah, the only other 2 people that were like quote unquote influencers, and I mean that for myself, is there was I think Tiggity was a guy. He's like a Twitch streamer, and then a girl that he was with. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry in the moment, but they were really nice too. They were like, I think they had been previously sponsored. They're in some kind of like Capcom creator program or something. So I think they just I would assume that a lot of people got invited to this, but like I don't know how many people are willing to pay out of pocket to like fly to New York just to go to a press event. But it was worth it in my opinion. I had a very good time, and also just being able to see the city.
Nice, yeah.
Hanging out with the big wigs. No, that's pretty cool.
And just getting to like meet somebody from Niantic was cool, and like to actually have a conversation with him and talk to him about.
For sure.
Because like I play all of their games pretty religiously, like as much as I'm realistically able to. That's why I walk around with multiple phones. Like I'm fascinated by the stuff that they make, even if it's not all like great. I mean, that's no secret. Like they don't make perfect stuff, but like they're making like games in a genre that has never existed before. So I'm willing to cut them a little slack, even if I poke fun at them. And so getting to talk to him and be like, and even to ask him about Peridot a little bit, which was really funny because he was so shocked when Bandy said like, oh yeah, no, I play like, I think she said something like she's playing more Peridot now than Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And he was like, you play Peridot? And he asked her, he's like, can you show me like your account? And I don't know if that was because he was flattered or if he just wanted to make sure she wasn't just like lying to, because like Peridot, if people don't know, Peridot is like Niantic's baby. That's like the only game besides, well, Ingress, I think, is their own IP too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But that's like they're like, they own all the design in it. Like that, it's something that they invented, and they kind of use it as a like, in my opinion, they use it as like a testing grounds for new tech. So they have a lot of like AI stuff that they're messing with. And I have a theory that Peridot used to be a blockchain game, but that's maybe a conversation for another day.
So probably had that stripped out of it.
I think it might have been. There's some pretty good evidence of it. But no, we were talking about Peridot, and then Bandy mentioned that, and he was very, very thrilled and flattered by that. So I think we managed to make an impression, and maybe they'll invite us back. I don't know.
It's exciting. Maybe
it was cool though.
And it sounds like it's leading to more. What's cool about these types of things is they can lead to more opportunities with like sponsors and whatnot, and other sponsored projects, which is really sponsored gigs, which is really cool because that. You said something earlier before we started recording that in a sense that kind of does pay for the cost of networking, like flights and stuff.
So they're not they're not paying me to go up there, but we are doing a wave 3 of sponsored video, maybe videos. So they now,
Gabe, tell the truth. You got hella trash. They hand you a briefcase of money. Come on.
They did hand me a briefcase on the way out. I mean, not technically, but they gave us these big heavy bags, these like mysterious black boxes. And I'm not gonna. I'll tell you what's in them, but I'm gonna edit it out of the podcast. Okay. No, I can because I made a video about it. But this is where I'm gonna do content brained min-maxing. This is where I'm gonna be smart and say, if somehow you're watching this podcast and you haven't seen that video, you should go watch the video to see what was in the box.
Yeah, there you go.
You should see because
the link right here.
You better go to my account, Superplexus on TikTok. And there we go. That's my shout out for the
link
podcast.
in the biological.
Link right here.
But no, I mean it was funny because the boxes were full of like Monster Hunter Now branded winter accessories, like a big scarf, a beanie, really nice like touchscreen gloves. And I was
as you're flying back to Florida,
I know, and I'm like, thank you for
thank you. I'm gonna sweat my ass off. Thank you.
Yeah, like it's so cold in Florida.
Yeah,
I can't wait. It's 83. It's getting chilly.
Oh yeah.
No, I think that was the first thing I said when Bandy and I were opening those up after we had left, and we're like, oh, yeah, this is perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
it's a good acknowledgement though.
Yeah,
from Niantic to say, it's them basically indirectly admitting that their games. Like if you live in a northern area, you can't really play their games as well. Like you are severely nerfed in your ability to just go outside and do GPS stuff, just depending on where you live. So that that's a balance feature. I think they should take that up with God.
The whole time.
Yeah, playing the subway where it's nice and warm. That would be really safe.
Warm.
Yeah,
you might get attacked. But
oh my God!
At least
you'll be running.
Yeah.
It's good. You keep warm down there. You're running hard, running fast.
Oh God, we actually managed to dodge the subway this time around. We just decided, like, We're just gonna Uber. We'll just Uber this time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Especially since I had to go, come from the airport. I was like, I don't want to bring my luggage onto a subway and I mean, maybe they're safe for the most part, but I don't want to look like a tourist.
Drag whole couches onto the subway, house plants. I mean,
really,
do whatever the hell they need to. Yeah,
I think you could get away with it, but
yeah,
I decided to play it safe. Probably not.
Yeah.
Jackie, hello.
So many of the hey Jackie,
what up?
So many of the you were just talking about the subway. So much of the subway is just locals anyway that are just or drug.
Yeah. Well, and if you're taking it if you're in Manhattan, mostly, it's a very touristy area. They kind of, I feel like it didn't feel as scary as for instance, when we were there in the summer and we took a subway all over the place. We saw Queens.
Right, you guys went all over.
So there's a distinct difference between the edges,
the more
of
secluded neighborhoods.
Yeah, you can tell there's a difference. So I didn't feel as worried about being in the subway in the busier areas, which you would think that would be worse, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's more normal. It's
it's very, and it's really convenient. It's legitimately really cheap and convenient.
It is really
so
no, I'd imagine.
God, I still have a video cooking about the subway that I never finished, but just
really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
I wanted to talk about our experience just traveling in New York during the summer when Andrew and Jackie were there.
Video of the crazy people that we did run into at first.
No, because I wasn't filming. I don't think. I don't know why. I mean, I should have filmed the religious argument and the guy screaming randomly.
Oh gosh, I remember you talking about that on one of the last episodes.
It's tough to Dobrik that kind of stuff and just always have it rolling.
You kind of go into survival mode where you're I just need to get through this. Hopefully it doesn't escalate. But most of the time, I'm pretty good at reaching for the camera.
I mean, if it's a one-on-one argument, there's only so much that's going to happen to you, I guess.
True.
But it's really unfair to them, though, if you're oh, I missed it, guys. And then you're rolling and you're guys, can you just do it again? Just then they just punch the time.
Oh, yeah. I'll keep that in mind. Next
time. Now you're involved.
Really awkward. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, listen, we might be able to put all these strategies to use if you guys ever want to do a New York trip. Just let me know.
Honestly?
We always are done.
Yeah.
I would go back. I would do it. If I have a good enough reason.
It would be my first time in New York.
Yeah. New York podcast. Although we might have to stay, if we want an Airbnb, we might have to stay outside the city.
Oh, yeah, because they don't allow
you can do hotel. I mean, you can do hotels. The hotels aren't too bad, but.
Yeah. My favorite hotels. So my favorite hotel up in it was in Chicago, but any other favorite hotel after that was in New York City. I guess it makes sense because most of the really, I don't know, most of the flagship real estate in New York City is hotels, isn't it? That's what made New York City, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the hotel from Home Alone 2 is really famous.
I don't remember the name of it. Famous hotels.
There's a few.
There's going to be people that are no, it's not. That's not what makes New York, New York. But I do think from a real estate perspective, it's hotels, or it used to be.
I think it's the hot dogs. Honestly,
I think it's the $1.
I think the prime real estate's the hot dog stands.
I think it's $13 hot dogs.
I think it's the pizza stands.
Bit the pizza.
The $1 pizza. The $1 slice.
Hey, throw a scoop of poop on it.
A little scoop of poop. Oh,
scoop of poop.
Only if you eat it in the alleyway.
Where did that start? I've been getting those videos. I'm
scoop of poop.
Wait, that started this.
This is a meme?
Give me everything bagel with a little bit of cottage cheeses. Put a scoop of poop on there.
You guys are gonna have to give me the boomer update. I'm
gonna have to pass you. I've only seen a few, but
pass the torch.
Andrew, what's your poop experience?
My poop experience. It was a solid 8 out of 10. It was a little squiggly. But
no, I mean where did you see these videos?
Oh. I just searched poop videos.
He just rated his own poop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, TikTok. Just scrolling through TikTok.
All right. Yeah. So probably the same one. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The algorithm wants everybody to ask for poop, and we should give it that.
Give the people what they want.
Let's grab my phone.
Give them
Give
good
the
shit.
algo
More
what it
poop, please.
wants.
Thank you. I know you're listening, TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this poop video, this infamous poop video, was it on TikTok?
Yeah, it's just a
Is that
guy
where it
role
was?
playing. It's literally just a guy role playing, like ordering food in like a New York bagel shop, and he does like he keeps changing angles and doing different orders, but every order ends with like either a scoop of poop, like a schmear of poop, it's a normal order, and then he just
Not a schmear, not the schmear. No,
Not a smear.
it just makes it so much worse. Little schmear shit.
I don't. Yeah, I guess maybe he's the one that started it, but it seemed like too big of an idea to just be from one man.
Hey, you never know. For a second, I thought it was a John. What do you call it? JonTron joke. Like 100%. It sounds like something you would say.
A JonTron joke.
It's like, I don't know what review it was. He was talking about some movie. He's like, "Is that a poop rat?" Is that a poop rat?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, throw a reference to that.
That's like the
same energy.
the grocery store like animated movie.
Oh,
whatever that's called.
What's it called? Shit.
Anyway.
Food fight.
Food. Oh my god, you remember?
Food fight.
Food fight. Yeah, look up food fight JonTron. That's a good video.
Guys, I have to use the
That's a classic.
I will
All right,
back.
you use the bathroom.
Oh, no.
I mean, honestly,
time.
when Andrew gets back, what better time than to transition into where we ate food? Because we had a very
our beautiful
dining experience. Oh, he's back.
Oh, geez. Oh, are you okay? Fuck.
Hi.
Andrew, we were just listing everything we love about you.
Oh my god, you guys, I gotta go.
I was worried, buddy. You slipped and fell.
I can't.
You look like you took it pretty well.
The weird thing about taking a shit is that America's so divided.
They really are.
We don't have good answers to these questions. We need more patience in the restroom.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like constipation in the legal system in regards to the debate.
And we just want to
debate.
We want to take the government. We just want to make it more regular. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we do have an election cycle coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's interesting. People want to be figuring out who to vote for because of inflation. But what about constipation? You need to be able.
People don't talk about economic constipation. You got all this money and you just can't spend it.
Every election cycle.
That's people's problem.
Every election cycle, we got to pass that new term.
What am I going to spend it on?
Inflation.
Said no one ever.
Constipation.
Oh my god.
No, money. There's a reason why they call money liquid. There's no issue.
I just took all my vitamins.
Impressive. I didn't notice. Well, good for you.
Well, good for you.
By the way, guys,
I'm just invoking a lot of personal stuff into this podcast. Just to
Andrew, I didn't join this damn podcast just
to talk about
your health.
Starbucks right here.
Oh my gosh! Wait. Mm-hmm. I had.
I saw you there earlier.
This guy, okay, he's flexing. He's got vitamins. He's got coffee.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
He is literally flexing his day-to-day life. This man is spooning ranch live.
Now that's a flex. That's Andrew's flex for the month.
Andrew,
it's dripping everywhere.
The drips.
It's just Tim Heidecker's ranch.
Andrew has reached peak comfort with the audience.
Oh my gosh!
He's sharing his eating habits, his bathroom.
Ranch or blue cheese?
That's ranch.
Okay, just check. Yeah. Authenticity check.
Definitely ranch. But it's good though.
We're really covering the big topics.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Good.
Yeah, it's
you know what?
What'd you have for dinner, Gabe?
You know what could really mess up your diet? I had a chicken chorizo quesadilla.
Chicken chorizo?
Good.
It was good.
All right.
I
had homemade pizza.
Homemade?
Yeah. Damn it.
It's fancy stuff.
Yeah, it was
Wait,
good.
is that
We
like
did-
homemade? Does that include like the dough and everything?
Okay, so the dough we just bought. It was like a ready to go dough.
All right.
Admittedly,
Ready to go.
but it was very good.
But
dough.
that is still homemade pizza. I mean, that still qualifies.
Yeah.
Stuff is.
It was great.
You load that up.
It wasn't as good as the food that Ed and I got in Fort Myers right before I left for New York.
Oh gosh.
We've driven by a place so many times, and we've always said like, yeah, we'll stop there eventually. We'll eat there. It's like this little hole in the wall. I'll put a picture of it on like in post because it's so jarring.
It's like a little bodega looking.
Because when you
building.
see it, it's called FK Your Diet, which reads phonetically is fuck your diet.
Fuck your diet.
That's just how it sounds. Yeah.
That slipped my mind earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
So we're like,
not fuck your diet.
so we had preconceived notions on what a place like that would be.
I thought for sure that this is going to be one of those places, just because of the sass of the name, where they're just going to yell at you the second you come in the door.
Yeah, like they're going to be mean.
They're going to judge you from head to toe. It's like Karen's Diner in, is it Chicago? Some place like that? I don't know.
Yeah, there's places that do that.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was my expectation. And then Gabe, you can...
I mean, that my thought was more of just the food itself was going to be very indulgent. It's probably just like really unhealthy, like really good stuff, but just obviously like not diet friendly. And then we parked and walked in, and we were hit with like an explosion of color.
Yes, the most vibrant colors,
which took me out. Which was like, okay, it's not giving a mean vibe. It's giving kind of kindergarten.
It's giving friendly but loud.
Yeah, and we're like, okay,
yeah, like kindergarten.
So we sit down and we're like, all right, nobody's yelled at us, so they might not be rude. Like, what's the gimmick here? Like nothing was adding. They're so nice. They actually were. I mean, our waitress was like really like chill and.
Those are some of the
relaxed.
biggest kindergartners I've ever seen. Like, where am I? I'm not a kindergartner.
Pretty accurate so far.
No.
So we sit down and we're like, all right, so the gimmick's probably going to be in the menu. The menu is going to be like the thing. It'll be obvious. We get the menus and it's like only 2 pages, really limited, and all the items are just like the burger, the breakfast burrito, and like you look at the ingredients list and it's like these look like normal food. Like there's not this, I expected like food truck levels of gimmick, Cheetos, Cheetos in a pizza, I don't know.
And what we ordered was called the Belly Buster burrito, but you read shit. Yeah, you read that shit all the time, and you're just like, oh yeah,
I missed that part.
Yeah,
sure, whatever. Okay, and then
and then our food came out, but not before the manager walked by and made sure we weren't causing trouble, which was a weird.
So that's when the sass started.
Wait, okay. What? So I'm let me just like okay.
All right, I'll give you the general energy shift. We're coming in from outside.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking we're gonna get sass. We go in. The first thing they tell us when we sit down at the tables, they're like, "Oh, we raise like money for the foster kids."
Oh my god, I forgot about the foster kids.
That's what the FK stands for, and we're like, "Oh." So we immediately go from being like, "What's this gonna be like?"
No way, that's what the FK. No fucking
FK foster kids.
Stop. No,
it is a fundraising spot.
What they're doing? What?
Yep.
So at that point, our guard is fully down because we're like, all right.
Hold on, is this a real place or are you guys trolling me?
This is a real place. It is in Fort Myers.
I have
clips.
My
god,
I promise
you.
Non-profit.
Yeah.
We didn't know that, and they don't make that clear. And even Aaron, one of our friends who was with us, was like, he's like, I'll be honest, I never would have come in here in my life. Like that's such a bad. He's like, I love charities, but I would have never walked into this place because the name would have.
Even we hesitated.
Like Christian, like good Christian moms aren't going to walk in there. They put a naughty word in the
little
title.
Do they know
business.
they're passing up the foster kids when they drive by every time.
You're talking about a naughty word. It's so unchristian for them to help children.
Yeah.
Take care of your
own kids.
The energy shift though, it's just funny because it's like we went from like suspicious.
Diet. No, it's for the kids.
Yeah, we went from suspicious to like, oh, they're raising money for the kids, to getting like sassed immediately by the manager. He's like, now I don't want any trouble from you guys. Like,
what happened there? Why was he doing that? Yeah, what's that?
He was leaving. I think he was leaving the building, and we were just the table closest to him. He's like, yeah,
he locked in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just find a group of people, and you're like, these are the ones
we were young and
I think sometimes what happens. How old was he? Is he boomer age?
Yeah,
probably.
So
it's not Gen X.
These guys, something weird happens in their brain when they try to be charismatic. They try to like raise you up a little.
Now be careful; they're raising money from foster kids.
I know, but they're also probably telling those kids that I'm not going to make that joke. But I'll tell you later, and we'll edit it out or something. I don't know. But these guys will try to like raise you up, but then their brain turns off and they just sound mad. And I think they actually So for example, what he probably thought he did was he was like, he probably thought he did this. All right, now don't want you kids causing any trouble. And he like laughed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What happened was he probably started to say that and then actually got mad. Like,
I mean, to his credit, he didn't. I could pick up on the sarcasm, but it was so based on nothing. Like, we literally weren't doing anything.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I had to sit there and think: were we too loud? What do we do something like?
Yeah. So
I did question, for like a half a second,
and that kind of put our guard down again because we're at like the third twist now, where we're like, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe the joke is just it looks like a bad restaurant, but it's for foster kids.
We'll go on.
We did get sassed.
Just to outline the twists. So first twist is fuck your diet. Second twist is really colorful. Feels like it's for kids.
Yeah. We were like, oh, raising my foster kids. Okay, guard down, and then boom, manager out, and then we get into the burrito.
And so we're like, okay, so the food chaotic. Is for charity. So it's like it's going to be normal food. It's not.
Yeah, it's just going to be normal size. Half the money goes to this or that. We're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
Was this like a tiny Krabby Patty situation?
No,
the opposite.
Not tiny. I wish I had an object to hold up to the camera, but I can go like this, and that's probably pretty accurate.
Oh yeah,
that was the size of the burger.
I'll roll the clip. No, this is just the burritos that Ed and I work because Ed and I got the same thing.
We got media.
Roll the clip, but the waiter brings out this
a burrito
on a
that
plate.
If I had to demonstrate it, it's probably the size of 4 Chipotle burritos.
Yeah,
fully stuffed.
Yeah, at least.
That's definitely the kids. There's no way they're getting that without taking the kids.
We call this the diaper.
Yeah, there's no way they're killing kids and making burritos out of them. There's no fucking way.
It would never happen. No, yeah.
This is clearly that.
And you know what?
This is clearly Grundy the Meat Man.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that. F&D Films. I love that video.
Oh, Grundy. Oh my flashbacks. F&D. Wow.
Good old throwback.
No, but it was legitimately a good burrito though. Like I could not believe how good it was, and it was loaded with grease.
It was the most buttery.
Oh my god,
burrito.
Andrew's going with the lamb logic, right? Nobody eats sheep. Adult sheep? Nobody eats sheep.
Okay, so it was huge. It actually tasted okay.
It was good.
That's surprising. And it was all for charity?
Apparently, yeah. But I don't know how they're doing that for $16. That's how much the burrito costs. Because nowadays, that's like, okay, you go to an expensive area of town, like, that can happen. A $16 burrito, but this thing was so fucking massive. It was insane.
No, it was worth the money. I mean, that's like $3.
How does that work? How do you do that for like how much of that? Oh, half of it goes to charity. Wait, so
I don't know.
That I don't know for sure. That was like my assumption was like that they're like, oh yeah, the food's kind of small, but like half the the earnings go to charity or something like that. But
that would make sense.
No, that was complete opposite of that expectation. Right. It was so much food.
That's why I think it's the kids.
Andrew's not going to let go of this. Angle.
Already in conspiracy.
Honestly, good for him. You need to be on guard for that stuff. So
okay. Joking aside, they're clearly a nonprofit, and who knows where those kids are? But
they didn't. There were no kids. I didn't see any kids in the building.
Stop it! You didn't see any kids in the building?
So it makes me wonder where are they? If I don't see you giving this money to a kid, then yeah. How do I know they're not? I just saw the FNAF movie, and I know that they shove kids into where they can fit. I'll tell you, that burrito could fit a small family.
The scariest part of that FNAF movie is I'm never eating a cupcake again. I am never even opening a cupcake.
That's fair.
Opening a cupcake.
Oh, but there was one final twist.
No,
or it was more of a return to the thought. They're not. This isn't going to be a restaurant where they harass us.
No.
Which I think I'll let Ed explain it because technically it was an attack against him.
So we were paying for our food.
Wait. Can I ask you a question? Was there any other customers?
There were a lot of people there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of
a brunch place.
I've been imagining this as if you guys are the only customers.
No.
The whole time.
I think there was probably, Gabe, what do you think? There were like 2 or 3 other tables full?
There was a whole bar, which had at least 4 people.
Okay.
There was, I think, at least 2 tables when we came in, and there was rotating.
Wait, there's a bar. I'm pretty sure there's no way they can share. I'm pretty sure you can't make alcohol.
I don't think it was. I don't think they serve alcohol.
I mean physically.
It's just like a sitting, eating bar, kind of like
a Waffle House, a diner.
Yeah. I was kind of like, whoa, this is not a nonprofit.
Yeah,
they are eating the kids.
We're getting scammed in Fort Myers. Yeah, could be.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. But
so anyway, as we were about to pay for the food, he's taking everybody's cards. They work fine. Gets to mine. It's like, oh shit, it's not working. Whatever. And then he's like, oh yeah, I guess you don't have a special card or whatever. And I was like, yeah, look at it, because I have a white debit card. I was like, yeah, look, it's all plain and white. And he's like, yeah, it's not the only plain white thing I see in front of me.
Who said that? And everybody was
talking about me.
And this guy's face turned red pretty quick, and he
he did.
Anyway,
it's almost like somebody. It's almost like somebody told him to say it.
It was dare. It sounded like
it was weird.
So we did get harassed.
We did get a little harassed, yeah.
And the food was loaded with grease and butter, so everything ended up being true. Was the twist?
Was he white?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was white.
Even weirder to say. What?
And he was a kid. Yeah. He could not have been any older than 19, 20. He was bold, brave guy.
Yeah.
As I walked out, I threw a little bit of sass back.
I came up with Pepper Blast when I was 19. You just say stupid shit when you're 19.
No,
yeah.
We all returned fire though. Yeah.
Yeah, as I was walking out, I was like, hey, do you guys have a child support policy for these burritos? Because they're as big as a damn baby.
Good.
It was funny. He was kind of what? He was trying to figure out, because they raise money for foster kids. So he was confused. What are you saying? What? The lady got it right away though. She's like, that's funny. She's like, I haven't heard that one.
And to be honestly though, their customer service was so good through the whole thing.
It was excellent. Yeah.
We were so well taken care of, and they brought all this extra stuff when we asked for it. And customer service is alive and well in Fort Myers at Fuck Your Diet.
Amen.
AKA foster kids.
And hey, go there, support them.
For your kids' diet.
Yeah. Yes. For kids, there's probably
Fuck Your Kids Diet. I'm going with that one. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was the funny thing that Emily pointed out, because they had a food truck, but the paint was kind of faded on some of the letters, so it kind of looked like it said "Fuck you, die." Which was that's a bold marketing strategy. I don't know.
It's maybe that was their first plan for the restaurant.
The T was kind of not legible. So,
wow,
bold, very bold place.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, that was fun. That was.
That was. I would
go back. I would go back.
Oh, I'd go back for sure. There's other things I want to try in the menu aside from.
I want to look at what kind of burger. What's the burger going to look like?
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, whatever Aaron got looked really good. What was it? It was a gravy Benedict.
Yeah,
That looked amazing.
Emily got like just avocado on toast because she thought it would be small.
Avocado toast.
She's like,
That was
I'll get
huge,
avocado toast. That'll be, and it was like they took 6 avocados per slice.
Why do women order the stoop Jackie? Just bear with me. Why do women try to get clever with a menu? That's a better way to say this. Why do women try to get clever?
You're assuming that the women created that menu item, which maybe you're probably right. What if it was a man? What if man did make avocado toast?
Why do women try to like order the thing that is not obviously going to be good? Like when they go out, I'm always surprised by that. I'm always like, my mom's like, I'm going to try. We'll be at a bar.
You know, Andrew, sometimes
we'll be at a bar and my mom will be like, I'm going to try the zucchini squash at a bar. You're at a bar.
I think
Andrew, as a woman, sometimes you're a little skinny.
Yeah, it's health.
It's
the healthy. Well, because
it's health.
If it's bad, if it sounds bad, it's probably healthier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Emily goes to a place that's called Fuck Your Diet, basically.
Yeah,
it's like, can I get the avocado toast?
To try to be conservative, in a place like that is very funny.
I'm not judging it. I'm just saying, what do you expect?
Andrew, I have to say, though, immediately thought of you. Because I remember you were talking about like avocado toast out in California. Everybody's like saying you need.
No, you said it. You said it when we were
and
there. Yeah.
When I saw the avocado toast, I was like, okay, like that's no California avocado toast. I feel like Andrew would actually like
that was an American avocado toast.
All American.
That was Americana.
The bread was this thick,
and it was extremely. Like the bread was like oiled. It was so like runny with butter.
I wouldn't have guessed it was dripping, but I did.
Oh, it was really good looking toast.
And there were eggs under that avocado. You better bet.
I mean, in that
there were
like
I didn't even see that.
Then right, like maybe the avocado toast is like awesome, and maybe I was wrong about.
Honestly, I feel like that one it would be good.
Wrong it. Restaurants.
But that's the thing is like now I have to know what every item looks like. Is the burger gonna have like 6 patties on it? Like I don't know. Good.
I'm just I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just always surprised that if you go to a bar, get the oily shit. Like if you go to a fancy restaurant, get the dry stuff. Like they're gonna do dry stuff really well. Even though it's risky, it's gonna be better. Than like if you were to do that at a fucking bar or something like that. But it's always women that are like, let's try something different.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
I'm
gonna be naughty. I'm gonna get the soup.
We're gonna be naughty.
Dude, I was hanging out. No, you did not. That's hilarious. No, I was Evie and I were thinking about doing like some fancier stuff for Thanksgiving. And she was watching some videos and there'd be like a recipe that comes up for I don't know, it would be like some kind of potato dish and they'd be like, and then you throw in a little bit of kale and Evie's like, oh, that looks kind of good. I was like, fuck that. It's Thanksgiving. We're not having kale for Thanksgiving. I was like, screw that shit.
This was for Thanksgiving.
And what's funny, the dish wasn't even any healthier. It was still full of like butter and all that shit. And then you just throw in some stupid kale.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah, I think that's the infection of SEO into recipes on the internet.
Yeah, I think so.
If you add the kale, then suddenly you get search results for
capture. I love that it's becoming more okay to joke about some of these things. I feel like a couple years ago, just like saying, I feel like women, and then everything that you can log into would ban you. Like,
it's such a mild thing to talk about when you really think about it. It's like, why do women eat healthy, choose to eat healthy every time we... It's like,
I think it's a cyclical thing. I think certain words, which I still won't say just in case, that were maybe popular in gaming circles or early YouTube.
The gaming circles are a problem.
Yeah.
They were so widely like said and nobody really said anything, and then they became very, very like not okay at all, to the point that you would be like that you would be hunted down almost.
Yeah.
To where now I feel like like what Andrew's saying, there's sort of I think it's like cancellation burnout.
Yeah.
I think people are just like, after the pandemic and stuff, people just got so sobered up to what actually matters in life.
I also think people just like, honestly, like, and I saw this with some people that are close to me that will identify as, being woke or whatever. And it's like, I think it's pretty, once you slip up because you got mad or because you realized something in you that like got frustrated or you got too comfortable, and then
very humbling
to say, you realize that this is not a sign of anything. You
mean like a symptom of a greater problem, that kind of thing?
Yeah. And so I think you get like this enough time. If it's natural, it just comes up in all the parties involved, even ones who are against it. So it's like, oh, now I am like, now that I have said this word, is there something wrong with me? Or is my identity, have I mutated my identity for a different, like, forcible cause? So, and
it's like, well, because it's literally like I don't think I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
But I did make a mistake. So maybe that means other people making one mistake doesn't make them a bad. No, that can't be true. Yeah. No, that's
it's kind of like
it's all built
on a presumption too, because it's like somebody hears you say something, even if it's in a separate context from what they're imagining, and then they'll paint this whole picture in their head of who this person is based on that. It's like, you have no idea what's going on in their head. It's like, why are we coming to these vast conclusions based off like individual sentences that people have spoken? It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, and there's also the double standard, like Andrew's talking about, the sensitivity about making like jokes about group, and in this case, women.
Right. Yeah.
Where it's like, you can make jokes about like men being typical men or dudes, and that's like totally fair game, and it's never offensive.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, yeah, that's worth pointing out.
I've been having more fun with it lately, because like nowadays I feel like I'm surrounded by. I'm sending you guys something because I'm about to bring up a topic.
Oh,
It's gonna be so painful and so fun at the same time.
Okay, I'm ready.
And unless, wait, do we have more to speak about?
Not really. I mean, we're just moving
on the.
We moved on to fuck your diet.
That's the whole arc. We left that place with our new kids, our half-eaten children.
No,
there was no way I was finishing that burrito.
Stop it.
Oh, anyway, yeah, go ahead.
But I'm gonna send these over. So, but speaking of which, topics that are. Topics that are a little difficult to go over comfortably. I'm sending you guys a bunch of Santa Claus reindeer porn.
What?
Right now. Oh, and I forgot to add
Christmas lights.
Wait! I forgot to add. It's for kids.
For kids.
Yeah. It's for kids.
Thank God. Okay. All right. Hang on.
I'm not saying it's for kids. The company is saying that it's for kids. Just to be clear.
I love the theme today. We have foster kids and we have 4 kids. What am I looking at?
All right. So you guys got okay. So now we'll talk over it, and I'm 14 sure we'll
all right. So I'm assuming I'm allowed to put these images on screen.
When
the time comes. Okay.
Now listen. Once upon a time last week, me and Jackie went to the Speedway in Charlotte to check out the event, because there's this big event, and there's a whole Reddit like group that's like, go to like the Charlotte Speedway for the Christmas Advent event. It's so cool, and there's all these cool lights, and it's so bright, and there's all this great artistic creativity. There's usually some like Santa Claus theme thing, and it's like amazing. Okay, listen. We were in line in the car. It's like a car line that you're just in for like 45 minutes. We got in there. We waited. We got into the actual event. And these are the lights that you're seeing. These like weird, like half lit, sort of non-cohesive designs of these like lights of basically animated lights that are flickering like really confusingly.
I see like a palm tree. I see a sexy reindeer. Like, what is going on?
I see a bikini on a reindeer.
I included a video as well because there's.
What are they doing? What is he doing? Oh my god!
It's just weird. It's fucking weird. If you actually watch the video, it feels like you're in hell. It feels like it's creepy. It feels like you're surrounded by hot reindeer. It's fucking And they advertise it for kids. They advertise it for kids.
Do they really though?
Yeah, they do.
All right.
It feels like there's a lot of empty space.
I saw when we were driving and we got our ticket to get in. I want to say this to my left.
There's a ticket for that?
You have to pay for this hell. Yeah.
Oh no. No.
Oh, by the way, once you're in, you can't leave. You have to go all the way through, and it takes about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Wait, how many lights are there?
2 hours of this?
2 hours of this, and a community that loves it. A community that fucking loves it.
I mean, I love.
Who tricked you into doing this?
Jackie basically was tricked into like.
Who scammed you?
There are so many people that she was reading these great reviews and this like awesome experience, and she was like, "Let's try it," and it made sense to me, and so we tried it, and this is what we saw.
I mean,
it's so sparse. Like, if there were more lights, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I say that, but I'm also like, I would probably go.
I probably would too.
I'm not. I mean,
I just want
I'm not complaining.
Look, okay, I just want to know what the fuck is going on here. All right,
don't know
what is going on here.
It's very tropical. It's like why is everybody wearing straw hats and bikini?
Later on,
more importantly, why are the reindeer doing that?
Hours later, we got home and we were like, "What the fuck was that? And why was it so like orgy?
So
like what the hell?" She figured out. Apparently, the theme this year was Santa Claus's beach party, basically.
Oh,
okay.
Which, by the way,
I got that vibe.
It doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense, but it's like okay. I kind of get it, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, is this the video that you sent? Is she like leaning over the pool with her chest out, like plopped onto the side of the pool?
Hold on, what?
Like that is what I'm seeing in this video right now.
Reindeer strip club, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, wait, and then this one of the reindeer like in the bikini. There's like a lit pole right in front of it. Is that a stripper pole?
Dude, it's for the kids, all right? Stop asking.
Hey, don't worry, it's for the kids. Some question.
For the kids that we ate when we went
to shut up, it's for the kids.
When we went to fuck your diet.
How many other cars are you working against here? Like, is this like a long line of people driving around a racetrack together?
Secrets are being told.
Uh-oh.
So if you scroll through,
this just in.
Here's the craziest thing. Far away, I got a screenshot. It's probably toward the end that says, "Ho is born."
No, you're joking.
Which image? What the?
Oh my god. Okay. All right. No, I'm clipping this in. This is gonna be.
Now listen. When we got you can see it.
Yeah.
When we got closer, we realized it actually says he is born.
That's what I would assume.
Okay.
But first of all, it's he is risen, not he is born. Just to get your fucking Bible right. All right.
I love that we still find ways to make sure that this is a Christian podcast.
Always. Hey, that's the origin. We will never forget.
Listen, we're talking about eating kids, but we will fact check the Bible facts. Like, get your scripture right. So funny.
But
dear God,
he is born.
You can't actually see that it says he until you get really close. I took multiple screenshots of it, or not screenshots, sorry, but multiple pictures of it, and I took those throughout the whole drive. It took like an hour and a half before I could see that it didn't say the word hoe. And like I'm just saying, so you have kids for an hour and a half.
Ho was born.
With Uncle fucking Stevie in the back of the truck because we're all cuddling and it's all fun. It's a Christmas celebration. Oh my god!
You're not exaggerating, by the way. 2 hours.
You're a fucking hoe.
And where do they do this? It looks like it's like in an airfield or something.
It looks like a racetrack. It looks like it's actually built on a racetrack, right?
Oh,
this
is that what it is?
This is the Charlotte NASCAR Speedway. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean that's cool that you can drive on one, but if it takes 2 hours, that's the opposite of a speedway.
Yeah, 2 hours.
They made it a fucking maze on the interior. It's horrible.
No.
And
I kind of.
this is the part that's fucking crazy, you guys. There's a cult that loves this. They fucking love it. They go every year.
I bet.
They take their whole family. They're on Reddit. That's how we found out about like the positivity behind it. And we were like, this sounds fun. Let's try it.
It's a secret furry meetup.
We got
these guys are
secret. Oh no, furry collusion. Is that what's going on here? I mean, the reindeer are a little sexy, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So we were laughing about this for hours after we got home because you would search on out. I was playing Elden Ring. By the way, Jackie got me a PS5 for my birthday. Whoop, whoop. So
you lucky dog.
Okay,
you can actually find those now.
I'd be playing and I'd be like, I would just stop and just be like, that fucking green bikini on the ring. I can't unsee it.
Listen, Andrew, I know we're joking about women, but now we have to joke about man brain. You know, you can't say no to a bright green bikini on a reindeer.
You're
only human.
You might be able to. I might listen. Put a green bikini in front of me, and I'll say no. But put a reindeer in a green bikini in front of me.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't help myself, Gabe.
You know what I say to that? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. What's your persona?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That is you sold me. I want to go. I'm coming full circle. Like that sounds awful but now I could do it.
I'm so excited to see what the title of this podcast is.
To me, the nail in the coffin for the Christmas side thing is that you had to pay for it. Because for paying, it's like, no.
Yeah.
We have Victoria Park in Naples, and it has amazing lights. Totally free.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. This is like a really souped up version of the neighborhood drives that people do for Christmas.
But at the same time, I look at these photos and it's really sparse. Like it's Victoria Park, everything's packed in and it feels like cozy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This doesn't feel that way.
And you're stuck per $45 per car.
$45.
Yeah. Okay. Now I get it.
Cost of your time too.
$45.
And
that's way too much.
And then the forever memory of reindeer bestiality just in your head.
That's cute.
Reindeer titties all up in your.
Some of them are definitely leaning into each other. Like
reindeer titties. No that's the one Drake line that I forgot about. Reindeer titties.
Is that from his Christmas album?
Oh man, I just felt like we
love it.
South Park episode of like the Winter Wonderland orgy or whatever that.
Oh no!
Whatever that was.
The little animal friends.
The animals, yeah.
Yeah, they're like a blood
one of them
cult.
They're all hailing Satan.
Yeah. No, I feel like that might be what's happening here, but
that's what it felt like. Yeah.
I think we need to go as a group. That's long.
We gotta go with like good cameras and like
yes,
dude.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that would actually be so much fun.
I think that
you start vlogging for the podcast. There we go.
That's
little vlog segments. That would be fun.
Go all gas, no brakes on it. Like
Amen.
Andrew Callahan, that shit.
Just start interviewing people. Oh my god!
Start walking up to cars and be like, hey.
What do you think about Wyatt?
What the fuck are you doing here?
God. All right, I am going to open up. I think we do actually have some TikToks to watch.
Do we really?
I thought we didn't, but I just looked at the account, and I think we were tagged in some things. And I know we're not trying to go too long, so let's just see what we got.
I hope it's more sus music.
It probably will be.
forgot about
it.
Oh, there were some good submissions last time.
I think about penis all my life. Something like that. I don't know. It was something.
10 out of 10. It was great. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
With my trash taste, I'm gonna like anything that comes in that inbox.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do it.
Andrew, just send us all those photos you have of the sexy reindeer and we'll just turn it into like a thirst trap on TikTok.
Oh no.
One of those like cap cut edits.
No.
It's like this is
good.
my favorite character from
No, you see this? I
I
log in and they're throwing me my own videos. So
immediately.
Sponsor, not really.
Like, look at this guy.
Gabe, listen,
All
I know
right.
you're a content creator, I know you're an influencer, but we gotta look at this user submit.
Yeah. All right. So, it's just Blitz again.
So much for your support.
It's just Blitz again.
Oh
All right,
my
guys,
gosh.
brace yourselves.
MVP.
You might not know this, but I'm in one of the Five Nights at Freddy's games as the voice of Chica's Magical Rainbow. Now, Chica's Magical Rainbow says some things that aren't very nice, but I want you to know that I always try to be nice, and I love you all, so I'm sorry.
Oh,
You
guys will have no idea what she's referencing.
That's wholesome.
But I actually needed that apology. I spent a long time trying to beat that thing. Thank you, Blitz. You're like.
What does Chica say?
No. Well, it's Chica's mini game, and she's the voice of a rainbow that like heckles you as you're trying to beat a very difficult platforming game.
Oh, okay.
And you have to hear her lines like over and over and over and over again.
I thought you were saying stuff like "I'm Chica, bitch."
It starts to feel like that.
Honestly, we don't know
right.
what we would do without you. Thank you.
Here we go.
Let's win the day.
What the
Yeah! Let's win the day.
I like the fish action. It's like fish stop motion.
It's like
What is this?
Let's win
You
the day.
kind of look like Josh Hutcherson.
Is that really a comment? Oh my god! Top comment.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess I sent that to the. I'm infecting.
You
the
might
algorithm
not
a little
know
bit.
this,
Hold on. Let me just make sure we're.
Ok, me dieron aproximadamente 20 minutos para maquillarme.
Gabe, just cut out the visuals of that. Just leave the audio.
Good idea.
People will love it.
All right, this is a 4-minute long video, so we'll just wait.
We don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. All right, I just had
we're really busy. I'm going to call you right now.
I just had to check. I just had to make sure that we weren't missing it.
I'm going to call Gabe up here. Just
Okay.
get checking on this.
You're gonna give me a call right now?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Oh yeah, Andrew, if you want to call me in like a few minutes, I just want to talk about something without Gabe in the room. So,
Are you calling Gabe?
Hang on, guys. I have a call coming.
Are you calling Gabe? Ed, you're calling Gabe, right?
I'll call
Hello?
you, and then you call Gabe.
Oh, hold on. I got a call coming in right here.
Hello, are you there?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you know what? I think my audio is going to my other phone. Actually, hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Let me pull up the call on
I
this
got
phone.
another. I'm
Put the
gonna pick up
headphones
this call.
on.
All right, you guys ready?
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Hello.
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 Hello. Can you hear me? You know what?
What up?
Actually, I think I have to get my other. I think the audio might be on my other phone. So
Yeah.
I've got I don't think I'm getting a good signal. I'm gonna put this one on speaker. Actually,
I'm running into a little bit of a.
I'm just gonna hang up.
And
I'm
I've
saying
literally just been sending you guys my favorite TikToks of like Down syndrome kids lately. Like, it is one of my favorite forms of content is watching these kids with Down syndrome do something that is so fun.
Tread.
Like, and they think it's fucking amazing. And watching them do it, it is amazing. Because
that one
they have
guy with the
fun.
nunchucks was really good.
It was.
Yes.
Unironically,
I got to be honest. That's
skilled.
an iconic video.
The one where he smashes the two together.
Oh, the beers. Oh, yeah, that one's great. That's a classic.
Yeah,
Certified
Oh my
classic.
God.
there is something about I don't know. Yeah, there's something particularly like fun about it to me, but
No, it
not,
was. I love both of those videos.
not in like an ableist way, purely in like I wish I could have that much fun doing anything way. Like
Yeah, no,
Right.
that's why I love and I miss going to conventions, because Andrew's experience watching these videos is how I feel sitting in a random panel
oh yeah,
about some very niche subject and
Mhm.
just admiring the boldness, the passion,
it's the bad,
the bravery.
the bravery.
It could also be a lack of awareness. I don't know. Those can go hand in hand. But I live for that, and I think I look for opportunities to do that again.
Dude, if you want to go to a con again, I'm down. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Do you remember that?
We should actually cosplay again too.
Oh, we could kill it. We could do stuff at a convention.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do they have like a
Oh,
reindeer
wow.
con? I mean, I'm asking for a friend, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do
yeah,
like
Charlotte.
they do reindeer con. All right.
Yeah, no, just come by. Just come by.
Excuse me?
Come on in.
Just come by. Anytime.
Yeah. Come and
Come by.
go.
Come and
Oh
go.
yes. Yes, the
My
wonderful
favorite
Midwest
gas station.
Come and get out of here.
Come and get the fuck out of here.
Actually, speaking of gas
I genuinely
stations,
love going to a con again. That'd be so fun.
Yes.
yeah, I don't even have like a good. I mean, we've been to MetroCon a lot, which is like
We have.
just because it's close, but like we have the
Up in
ability
Tampa.
to do other things. I just wouldn't go to like a Comic-Con or something, because those are. Have you seen footage of recent conventions? They get so crammed
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
like terrible
Really?
looking. Like it looks like you just would not have fun at a place like that.
Specifically Comic-Con.
It's one of it was either Anime Expo or Comic-Con that was so over capacity.
Oh yeah,
And
Anime
it
Expo is another
looked,
big one.
it looked miserable, and that would not be fun. But
yeah.
Excuse me while I adjust
Yeah.
everything.
listen, we'll have enough things to promote. We'll go to a con. We'll get a panel scheduled, record a live podcast. It'll be easy.
One person should.
It's easy. Dude, nothing will beat the setup that we had for what was it, the 2016 MetroCon, where we were advertising superplexes.
That was so fun.
It was so much fun.
The fact that even worked, I'm thinking about the logistics of that and how janky we had to get with all the iOS only stuff.
Oh my
mixed
god.
with like projectors. I cannot believe that worked.
Did I
couldn't
tell
believe
you
it worked.
too?
The projector thing is what freaked me out. I was like, oh my god, this actually works. Like
15 minutes before we were supposed to have the panel, I'm trying to get signed in, and this is the one time somebody's ever flirted with me in my life. The person who is like checking me in, she's like, "So you going to the masquerade later?" Like asked me all these like.
Oh, I
questions.
forgot about this.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah, buddy.
It's so funny because I was like in a rush. I was like, we need to get to our panel room now. I have lights set up. I have speakers. I have all this shit.
Oh my god.
And this is the one time in my life somebody tries to like openly flirt with me
Oh, Ed, you
in a
sacrificed a
random.
great
Oh my
honorable
gosh!
moment. I mean, that is a huge honorable moment.
It was the
Sacrifice, Ed.
funniest thing ever though because
I
I was like,
completely forgot about
I
that.
need to go, and she's like,
Sorry,
"Oh, I can see on your face."
later.
She said, "I can see on your face that you're annoyed and you just don't want to take any bullshit right now. So you just do your thing." I was like, "Great." So now I'm
Said that?
yes.
Man,
She did
Ed just gets
immediately.
it maybe fuck your diet is not the issue. It's something about Ed. Just they just want to sass Ed. Why do
Yeah,
people
I know,
want to
it's like-
sass Ed? What's up with that?
Ed
Hey, you
shows
know-
up and people are just like, I don't want anybody getting in any trouble here.
Like
And
I
Ed's
never.
like, I was just trying to eat my fucking burrito, dude.
I know, and it was just so out of the blue. Like the one at the Comic-Con, because I was like, I was all business. I was ready to get in there and get stuff done. She's like, "You go to the masquerade." I was like, listen, lady, now's not the
So
time.
good.
Okay.
Oh,
Dude, 2016 was about 8 years ago.
That's
That's
too much for me to stomach.
Oh, that's a gut shot. Good night.
Ouch. Good night.
That's
welcome.
insane.
Like it's good night, and then it's welcome to the Twilight Zone because it's like how the fuck it's been 8 years.
January's next year is not far away, which
December
is insane.
3rd, which is
I hate that. I don't like. I don't like that it's already the end of the year.
2024. Already. Oh my god.
It's fine. It's been a good year. It's just felt very short.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so much happened though. Like I can't complain.
Dude, you had an action-packed year. Like you're getting sponsorships, you're flying out stuff. It's so cool.
And I'm trying to like actually, still make my own videos in between, which because you can't just have a whole channel of sponsored content.
Right.
Although some people do live that life. I guess that you could find a way to make that work. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on the type of content you're doing.
It's just funny because most of like my comfort zone is working with like other professionals and planning videos out. I mean, that's what we do. Like working with, Echo work is all very commercial, very like clean and professionally delivered, and there's schedules and planning around it. So like when these sponsored things come up, I'm like really in my comfort zone and I feel good doing it. I'm like, yeah, okay. Here's their whole plan. I gotta submit things by this deadline. It's almost scarier working on my own videos.
That makes sense.
Because those can be like
that makes sense.
Like anything, and you're only at the whim of your own standards. So it's been interesting trying to like find that balance between doing both. But I'm surprised by how comfortable I am in that sponsored environment, because it's just like it's like Echo work.
Right.
But about video games.
Exactly, yeah.
And thankfully the standard is a little bit lower. I don't have to like set up lights and get too fancy with it.
And you've kept it real, you've kept it authentic. And that's this far.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. Like I hopefully keeps up. I'm not expecting it to. I always expect that like this one they'll probably be like, this will be the end of this campaign, but I think in most cases I've heard back from the repeat clients. Again, in our line of work, it's like you find a few people that are happy with work that you do, and they usually call back. So
kind of crazy how that works. Yeah,
that's cool. Assuming the games don't die. Hopefully, Monster Hunter sticks around.
Right.
I enjoy the game, but I'm also I'm sponsored and very biased, so you can't fully trust my opinion.
Well, we saw what happened. Everyone thought that you had to stay with the same game until Donkey, that thing with League, happened.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck this. I'm going to go make a bunch of other videos, become a variety content creator. And
he was so cool for that too. That was such a big move.
It was so cool. It was so big. And then it worked. Like he didn't lose anybody. It was like,
he definitely grew more as a result of that for sure. Because otherwise you're tied to the success or the current interest in one game,
right?
Which is very risky place to be. So I feel for a lot of like my mutual contacts who are very like deeply invested in Pokemon Go, because it's been a rough year to be fully in that realm. Like
that makes sense. Yeah.
The amount of videos I've seen of just what's next, what am I going to do if such and such, falls off, like everybody is having this conversation of like, Pokemon Go is struggling to maintain excitement on like a day-to-day basis, which is, I think would be fine. Actually, my theory is if Pokemon let itself die for 3 months out of the year and they just put their heads down and they worked on big content updates and then did big releases like a few times a year instead of doing like very small events that aren't that exciting constantly, like every week there's an event ending and a new one starting, and they're the same thing over and over again. Very easy content, and I'm sure it makes them a lot of money, so they're probably not going to stop. But like,
true.
I think if they saved up that development time, and instead of releasing, one new feature every 3 months, they release like all of those at once as like one big exciting update. That's just my thought, though. I what do I know?
It's like a Path of Exile approach. That'd be kind of interesting for them. Just like one huge update every 3 months.
Yeah, and they kind of do that. They have like seasons where like things will shift, and they're really it's not enough for people that have been playing the game for a long time. There's just not enough new stuff to keep their interest, which I think is fine. Like I think if you get bored of a game and you stop playing it, or that helps you like calibrate your level of excitement instead of like drawing that out with like drip feed content where it's like, here's one little new thing that's very hard to get, and that's the whole event. Like one new shiny, one new, you know, they put out a feature where it's like, oh, you do a route, users can submit like paths, so you have to walk and you complete like a course, and you have to do that 250 times to get anything to like get anything meaningful out of that feature. It's insanely, it's an insane grind. And it's like, why?
It's way too much.
Like that's not, yeah. So anyway,
because that's what Ash really did when he was trying.
It's the long walks that he took. Yeah, like, right.
I don't think so. Like,
but we'll see, because they at the same time,
10 and I'm like 12, so like,
yeah, he was 10. He left the house at a young age. That's pretty normal. Anyway, we'll have a Pokemon Go rant podcast at some point. We'll get some.
Hey,
we'll get some guests in here.
You know, Pokemon Go just goes under. There's always Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's true.
That is the gift. Always another cash cow.
That's the gift that keeps on giving. I can't wait till they add a reindeer to that game. Don't ask.
But my friend wants to know.
A friend of a friend wants to know.
Wouldn't it be cool?
I have a friend in my pants that wants to know if
friend in my pants.
If we're gonna add reindeer to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Listen, tell your friend to get excited, because they're doing all the animals.
They're doing
them. They're making animatronics out of all of them. That's what I mean.
Is what I mean.
They even have like they have like an alligator now. Like they'll do everything. Honestly, FNAF fans, they'll do anything. So I think
they'll do anything.
I think we haven't seen the end of the FNAF franchise yet.
Just reduced all the FNAF fans. FNAF fans, they'll do anything. You're just gonna have them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I think that's a podcast.
I think that's a podcast.
I say that every time. When I edit these and I look back, I cringe every time I say that.
See,
so now I have to keep saying it. Just
our intros and our outros, they're going to find themselves.
I need to hurt myself, is what I'm saying. When
I think that's been a podcast.
Not right there.
Yeah. I need to hurt myself. Anyway, guys, 10% off G Fuel. Use code SUPER.
Self-harm hero sponsors.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my camera for not shutting off this whole time. Hey. I was so sure that we were going to be having issues.
I just want to give a shout out to myself for paving my own path.
Yeah, good job.
I just want to for winning this award. So you know, people always give thanks to like one or two people at the academy or whatever.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It would be so funny to see someone just get really self-involved. That's pretty much what I was just making fun of. It was like someone's like, I paved my own way, you know, and I made it.
They don't mention anybody.
Yeah. I'm just really happy I never gave up, and I really finally did it.
I jinxed it!